are the only folks keeping the barbarians from the gate.
I got into the labor movement not because I wanted to negotiate wages. I got into the labor movement because I saw it as a vehicle to do massive social change to improve the lots of people.
Let's take these son of a out and give America back to America where we belong. Thank you very much. Thank you.
As far as I'm concerned, the Tea Party can go straight to hell.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your rights.
Welcome back on this Wednesday. I'm Brian Summerfield. He is Trucker Randy. We are your defending fathers. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
I extended an invitation out to a candidate who's running for U.S. Congress. His name is Don Volaric. He'll be challenging Sander Levin in November after winning the primary here on August 7th. So looking forward to him calling in this morning. The call-in number again is 231-347-4382. If anybody listening downstate wants to call in for a question while we're interviewing Don. I understand that he's at an event this morning and will be calling in shortly.
He's on the line. Just
to set this up.
He's ready.
He's ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and add Don to the call.
I added him from the very beginning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good morning, Don.
Don, are you there?
Hey, good morning, Brian. Good morning, Tucker. And hey, it's my pleasure to talk with both of you and your audience. I really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. I got a couple comments from friends that said you're a busy guy down there running for this race. And why don't you tell our audience real quick exactly what's going on as far as why you're running for Congress and what happened back in 2010 leading up to this year?
Well, in 2010, I got engaged in this. I'm a private sector guy. I own health insurance agency. I'm also a seniors agent. Have some background in mortgage banking as well, and 20 years of digital media. But I mean, my Lord and Savior, He said that I'm the one to do this. And in 2010, we did a lot of good things. Came closer than anyone's came with over a decade to within 13 points of defeating Sander Levin. Made the Young Guns. Did some healthcare reform stuff. It was a learning experience, and I'm very pragmatic. And unfortunately, 2 + 2 doesn't always equal 4 in politics. But we're well prepared this time. We have a new district. It's called the new 9th. It's over a 50,000 vote swing, and this is based on a 2008 election year that was very Democratic, and I believe we have a very, very good chance to make some history here, get rid of Mr. Levin, and cut the umbilical cord, and hopefully Carl 2 years from now.
I was doing election night coverage on that night, and I remember as we were going through all the races, the station I was doing it for at the time, we were really concentrating in northern Michigan, but we were watching races around the state. And I remember following that race extremely close because I thought for sure as all of a sudden things started coming out, I'm like, my goodness, he's going to be upset tonight. This is history in the making. And remembering that we went all the way down to the final end on that one. I don't even think it was announced before we went off the air. So we went off the air just not knowing what was going to happen. That's how close of a race it was.
Well, it was a good fight, but the bottom line, whether I lose by 1 or I lose by whatever it might be, I still lost. But we're back here thanks to redistricting. I think we have a very, very good chance this time. I think the district, after 30 years at this point, I think it's time to give Mr. Levin the Hallmark card, the gold watch, thank him for his service, and move on to bigger and better things.
Well, let's clarify for our listeners who aren't real familiar. You mentioned how the district has changed, 50,000 vote swing. Explain just real quickly, Don, exactly how the redistricting occurred, what areas and what percentage of people are now Republican, Democrat, the whole demographics down there.
Well, the biggest plus for us is no longer does Sander Levin have Southfield, Lathrop Village, Oak Park. That there alone is about a 32,000. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but it's a big number on what he'll be losing, and I pick up Bloomfield Township. That's about a 23,000 swing towards me. And we also pick up to Sterling Heights, up to 18 Mile now. The district basically goes from Hall Road to 8 Mile, from St. Clair Shores to Bloomfield Township, and then a little bit of kind of crazy jigging inside and out and this and that. But this is a very winnable district. We got a letter generated from the Michigan GOP that it was kind of like pulling teeth, but we got it done, and the letter definitely says that this is a winnable district and it will be in play.
Excellent. Now, one of the components that Sander Levin, of course, voted for Obamacare, and I assume you obviously would be voting to repeal it if you were there in Congress right now. What is the alternative, as Don Volaric sees it, with regards to a alternative to Obamacare?
Well, I mean, Obamacare needed to be repealed the day it was actually put in place, because I get to deliver the lipstick on that pig, and unfortunately everything they're saying is completely opposite of what is happening to my seniors and to individuals and groups as well as large groups. But if you really want to fix healthcare, because when you do repeal Obamacare, it doesn't repeal the price to participate, and that's the problem right now. People can't afford health insurance to be able to participate in our world-class healthcare system. So, in a nutshell, I mean, insurance and health insurance it's not tangible. So you need to create equality in the industry, and once that's done, you will see that the consumer will have all the power. But we also have to address technology as well. The patent laws, the way they are now, just does not create a lucrative system for private investment to come in and to solicit the 6.8 billion people. I believe healthcare can be something that can create millions of jobs if we can just, do it right. And my website, votevolaric.com, I actually narrate it. I break it down into 6 subjects. That is, it's not a bill, it's just a window into the industry from an expert that does this for a living to let people know that this is why healthcare is being driven out of the market and soon will become our history if we don't do something about it.
So you have actually real-world, practical, entrepreneur involvement and experience in this issue, something that Sander Levin obviously doesn't have.
Well, there's no doubt there. I was Agent of the Year in 2008 and 9 in the individual market. You can go to that website, too, and see that it's not a website where you can purchase health insurance. It's actually a philosophy about healthcare, and that it should never be purchased over the Internet because it's too complicated. But that's freedomhealthinsurance.net. But yes, there's no doubt. I mean, I think if you had a plumbing problem and if you didn't know how to fix it yourself or had a friend that knew how to fix it, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't call your lawyer for the fix. And, might as well say welcome to America. It's easy to spend someone else's money, and basically the federal government just throws a lot of money and they throw it at the wall and hope that something sticks. But at this point, I believe we'll be in debt, $17 trillion by 2013, and it's time for some serious fiscal responsibility. A lot of people ask me, are you Republican or Democrat? And I say, look, I'm a traditional Republican, but at this point, elephants and donkeys, I'm a straight-up eagle. I'm stamped with Made in the USA, and it's time to get some executives there that don't have political backgrounds, but definitely have the skill sets based on their bio resume to go there and do the right thing. And I'm not here to talk the talk and not walk the walk. I'm definitely going to walk the walk, and the American public needs people like me and other like-minded people there to start turning this ship around. The Trojan horse is at the door, and the way of business the federal government has been doing for over a decade now has to stop, or our children and grandchildren will pay the price. There's no doubt.
One of the things you mentioned in that answer right there, you mentioned the debt ceiling. We had a conversation with our Congressman Dan Benishek from the 1st District, and we questioned him specifically as to why he voted to raise the debt ceiling without any cuts in spending. And he tried to placate us with an explanation that President Obama had better PR than the Republicans and was going out there and saying that seniors wouldn't get their Social Security checks, we wouldn't be able to pay our military, so they kind of had us bent over a barrel. What is your position if you get elected? as far as raising this debt ceiling again, if it needs to be done, and whether any cuts had to be a part of that component. How would you vote? Exactly explain to the people what your position is on raising the debt ceiling.
No problem. Well, let's just be honest with you. This is not a revenue problem. This is a spending problem. But we definitely do need tax reform. I'm not raising the debt ceiling on anything. We've done that long enough. And for people that are afraid to, Mr. Benešek can have the media. He can go there and talk to the press anytime he wants. The problem is that, I made the Young Guns in 2010 as well. So, if you're going to take on the federal government, let's put it this way. Federal government makes Al Capone look like a Cub Scout. I'm willing to give my life for this. And we just need people to go there and do the right thing. Stop being so self-centered about their career and start thinking about their constituents and our children, our senior citizens that have paid into the system all their life. They want to talk about reforming Medicare and Social Security. How about talking about paying back the $2.5 trillion that they have in Treasury bonds that got shoved down their throat starting in 1983 by a lot of brilliant economists, starting with Alan Greenspan. There's a lot to do here. I got a lot of solutions. I'm very pragmatic, and it's time to get out of the drama and start fixing the root of the problem.
Where do you stand on tax reforming our current IRS code?
Well, I'm a fair tax guy. I believe that would be the best way to get the most out of our dollar and give some of the power back to the states, but I'd also go for a flat tax. 15% across the board, no subsidies, no IRS. We gotta start working on the big footprint that the federal government has upon us. I believe we need cut, cap, and balance. I think it should be based on GDP. We can start at 18% and start working our way down. The federal government has just stepped way beyond their boundaries. I can give you a couple examples. Department of Education, $79 billion annually. Department of Energy, I think it's $46 billion annually. But this is one that's right to the heart of the problem that I feel. Human Health and Services. I think it's $910 billion annually. And what do they know about your health?
Exactly. That's definitely one of my pet peeves. But, it's funny, you mentioned the Department of Education. I graduated in 1976 and, have gone on to college and owned businesses and things. It was amazing that I was able to graduate high school without having a Department of Education.
Yeah, why the federal government's in the education business, I have no deal. This needs to be handled on the local, on the city, on the county, and at the state level. But we really need to concentrate on some vocational learning, because if we're going to fix this problem, we're going to need people educated in certain skill sets that they know that our teachers can tell, who's going to be this and who's going to be that. Because when you're in high school, some people are good at math, some people are good at English, some people are good at this, and we need to concentrate on those skill sets and get people engaged, we're going to have a lot of last names that we don't recognize running companies. We need to get engaged, get ready, because prosperity is on its way. And hopefully 2012 and this election coming up is going to be the start of a good thing for the United States of America. We need to bring back Made in the USA. There is no doubt. Manufacturing in the 60s was twice the size of the public sector. Today, manufacturing is half the size of the public sector. We have totally flipped this around.
And you think that's based on over-regulation and over-taxation?
Oh, definitely. The reason why we subsidize things in this country is because we're not competitive. Our federal tax code is, I think, 74,000 pages long. Really, the elitists that have, a lot of lawyers can go through there and do all kind of good things. But, Section 1, Article 8 of the Constitution says, all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States, meaning federal government isn't supposed to pick winners and losers for it. It would be unconstitutional. And how we've gotten this far? Well, we just have. And here we are, and there's people like me that never thought they'd be into politics. If you would have asked me this 6 years ago, I would have said, you're crazy. But, here I am. I'm ready to do this. And, we just need to, like I said, elect more like-minded people. I do believe if I beat Sander Levin, I'll have a few more stripes than the average bear. But, I'm ready to lead by example. And all my followers know that Mr. Volaric does the work, and we speak the truth, and when we talk the talk, we walk the walk. And, this is the time. It's time to, like I said, give Levin his Hallmark card and get some people in there that won't play politics, that want to do the right thing for this country, because, we've had 236 years of independence. In 1787, we got the Constitution of the United States, and by 1781, it was ratified by the Bill of Rights, and we do not want to give that up. This is the greatest country in the nation, and we're in trouble.
Don Volaric on the line with us this morning. He is running against Sander Levin for a congressional seat, and I think you hit the nail on the head on that. Money is going to go, or businesses are going to go, wherever they can produce goods and maximize profit. And again, it's regulation, it's taxes, it's workforce, it's how much is it going to cost, do they have to deal with unions. All of that factors into play, and there's a reason why we're not seeing made in the USA tags, because right now it is not it's not beneficial for them. It is not in their best business interest, and in Washington understands that. They just refuse to do anything about it.
Yeah, no one should be in denial. Both parties got us in this mess. It's going to be we, the people, that get us out. I don't know what to say other than people must get engaged. I know it's very people are very discouraged because, people say one thing, they go there and do another. We can't give up on this. I have small children. I have another child on the way. It'll be born right around the primary time, and I promise everyone, all your listeners, I will never lie to them. America deserves the truth. We can handle the truth. We just need to get engaged and take back our country. It's time, and I believe 2012 will make a big difference. I do believe also Mitt Romney will win this handily.
We'll give you the warning right now as far as what happens to people when they go to Washington. When they go there, they've got this big reception when you get there, and it's huge. And they've got this big punch bowl full of Kool-Aid. And behind the punch bowl, they've got lobbyists lined up that are probably at least 10 deep, each of them with their hand out, one to give you gifts, and I think it's gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and then the other one to reach into your other pocket and take out what's ever in there. So the Kool-Aid numbs you down, and then the lobbyists, when you're weak, literally take advantage of you. So, when you go to Washington, avoid that party, avoid the punch bowl, and you should be okay.
Yeah, no, we've definitely been studying for the last year. I've been engaged with this for 4 years, and I've been doing the work, and we're already ready. We know how to appropriate bills. We plan to bring our own people there and make sure that the Washington understands I don't need any of the people that have already been there to show me the ropes. I don't like Kool-Aid. Rich is between the ears. I'm very rich. My family makes me rich. I have over 40 family members that either live within the district or live within 10 miles of the district. We are true Michiganders, and I'm just excited about bringing back Made in Detroit, and keep on working on this. Like I said, I believe this is the time. 2012 will make the difference, and I'm very aware of the lobbyists and what all the different agencies and bureaus bring to the table, and I do believe I have the executive skills and enough fortitude to let them know that, like I said, the way that the federal government's been doing business, those days are over, and if they don't pivot and start doing the right thing, I will expose them, and they will be next. And I will set a service standard in my district that other congresspeople are going to have to live up to, because the deal is, it's not that people will serve. The title is to serve the people, and I've been in the service industry all my life, and it will be my pleasure to show the old 12th, new 9th district what it's like to have a real congressman that actually cares about their livelihood.
Well, Don, just to pass on some advice to you, back in 2010 I ran for state senate, and part of my platform was that I was going to have a blog that every single day in the morning and then at night before going to bed, I would post my day's activities, what bills were discussed, how I voted on certain things, similar to what Justin Amash tries to do on Facebook. And I expanded it, though, to say that I would actually name names and tell my constituents on a daily basis which lobbyists came to my office and basically tried to bribe me to do things. Is that something that you think you might be willing to do?
You can count on it.
Well, that's
exactly
because the people want that information, and if you have the morals and the character to do that, I think that that information needs to be heard on like I say, a twice-a-day basis, so that you can tell your people exactly what's going on in Washington, but more importantly, who's trying to influence your vote.
Nope, that's definitely what I plan on doing. I also plan on bringing the new media into this, being able to see what's going on. I like to have block leaders. Get them engaged, let them see these bills. I mean, these bills that they write, they are totally incomprehensible. I want bills written that no longer than 25 pages long, that I could bring it down to my local, gas station attendant, and even they could read it and get it. I mean, at this point, this is just way out of hand, and we need to stop playing King Henry VIII and start getting into the 21st century and start getting a lot more bang for our buck. Fiscal responsibility must be in place immediately, and we need to get people there that have some private sector skills that make sense for the job that they're running for.
Well, we appreciate you coming on with us this morning. How do people specifically go to your website, and more importantly, how do they donate to your campaign?
Well, that's a biggie. We definitely need some help as far as donations. We've got all the material. We got everything in place. We've got the signage. We got the people. We got the volunteers. But it's simple. Just go to Vote Volaric. Volaric is spelled VOLARIC.com. Enjoy the website. There's a lot of, I narrate a lot of things on there. There's videos. I show, there's one part of it that actually says, where does your money go? And we break it down to all these different agencies and bureaus and how much it costs annually to support these things. I mean, the federal government actually spends $75 million to regulate wild horses and donkeys. I mean, can't they even leave them alone? I mean, it's unbelievable what they're doing. And, so we give a lot of substance. I do believe my website is one of the best ones that are out there. I was in the digital media business for 20 years, so I have some connections there. We also have a real cool illustration on the debt clock, debtclock.org, that gives a lot of people a lot of information on what's going on. And, it's really up to the people to get engaged. But please, if all your audience out there could make a small donation, $5, $10, we could definitely use it. But we're also hoping to go national here very soon. I'm going to be on a lot of shows, and, I just want to say to all your audience, God bless you, and hang in there, and, vote Volaric and get behind me. I'm one of these guys that is, I hope, just exactly what they're looking for.
Well, Don, thanks for joining us. Again, go to his website, see what his candidacy is all about, and I'm actually going to bookmark it. I'm going to go there and just to see how good your visual media is, and we might even use some of that as show prep if it's that good.
Well, no problem, and you can make a donation too. Your money works with me.
I like your style already.
Yep, and we'll be glad to support you. Vote, VOTE, Volaric, VOLARIC.com.
You got it, buddy.
And I know you're supported by a lot of conservatives, a lot of Tea Party groups. Fair tax people are behind you. So we'll be praying for you and helping, trying to get some donations raised for you here very soon.
Excellent. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you and your audience.
We'll be back in touch with you as the race goes further along.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot, Don. Well, Brian, that's one good citizen candidate right there. Sounds like he's got a lot of private sector experience, and I look forward to him debating Sander Levin in the fall if Sander Levin would have the stones to do it.
Well, again, races like that, you just don't even know if you're going to get a chance to debate. And again, look at the voting record. Look at what the opponent is looking to do. It's a sharp contrast. And I think that as people get more and more informed and they get their word out, if we can send people, to that website, if we can get people to listen to the interview off the stream, they really get an idea of what the candidate is. And really in an interview like that, I don't know about you, but you could almost see inside the heart of the words and know exactly what he's about.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like he's a true patriot warrior and is going to bring some common sense and some real-world business experience to Washington. And I just hope that the people of the 9th District hear this message, will be able to take this interview, put it on a podcast, and spread it across the Internet so this thing can go viral for Don and hopefully raise some money and get him to put up a serious race against Sander Levin and take this guy out.
Okay, take him out sounds almost like a little Union thuggish.
Well,
how about
I'm sick and tired of 30 years that man's been there. Look at his voting record. Look what he's done to this country, Brian. He's tried to take our country out. And I'm sick and tired of it. And it's time that people understand this, the intensity that needs to be brought to this. You vote, that's one thing, but bottom line is we got to stop this agenda.
Sounded a little too Hoffman-ish.
Well, our intro motivated me.
Yeah.
I guess I raised up the hairs on the back of my neck there playing our intro there at the bottom of the hour.
I'm Brian Summerfield. He is Trucker Randy. We are your defending fathers.
This is the Patriot Voice